Time to power up your VHS and get fabulously nostalgic with Topher and Ricky Baker on What the Bleep Are You Doing? Strap in, darlings, as they dust off their Tamagotchis and sashay through their millennial childhood TV shows and movies. And they won't stop there. Our fabulous hosts also spill the tea on today's must-see reality and scripted TV. Tune in weekly for your dose of drama, nostalgia, and everything in between.
Well, you know what? Cool. That's
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Yes. Happy
Easter.
bottom.
Oh.
Happy life.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I'm very happy. Thank you.
All right. Hey guys, and welcome back to Flock TV. We're here to break down Survivors, Season 48, Episode 9. Welcome to the party.
Hi.
Yes. And this episode lived up to its name with all the drama, the shifting alliances, to the jaw-dropping blindsides. Ricky and I are excited to dive into all the action. So let's get this Survivor party started.
Let's get it started. Let's get it started.
10th person voted out and the third member of our jury. David, that's 5. That's enough. Need to bring me your torch.
Get it started.
I miss them.
Or I'm coming up, so we gotta get this party started. Well, there's a lot of party songs back then.
You know what? This is the second. I think the second episode when Thomas leaves is the house party's over.
You and Thomas.
I know.
I think you have something going on with him.
Thomas, Andy, the Indian
Andy.
ER doctor. I don't remember his name.
No one does.
I liked him a lot.
He literally never talked and then just got voted out randomly.
He talked a little bit.
No, he didn't.
I was like, is he a friendly? I think he's a friendly. That's what I call a gaze.
We didn't have enough time to find out because he didn't open his mouth and got voted out.
Okay. So this episode drove me insane. But how crazy was the Blindside? What do you think?
I don't actually think
Hot
it was
tea.
that. I don't think it was
No
crazy.
tea, no shade, no pink lemonade.
I don't think it was crazy at all.
I know. I didn't think so either, but I was
wasn't-
reading articles and I'm
it
like,
was not. I don't know. I mean, David was like making the time and time again mistake that's happened where you just kind of go crazy and you blow yourself up and then you put a huge target on your back.
Well, he caught whatever Chrissy had.
He caught the Chrissies.
Like it's the measles.
No, there is
or
not a
something.
cure.
There is no cure for the Chrissies. No. Symptoms include minivans, orange slices after a soccer match.
Scratching.
Yes, passive aggressive comments about how you're eating too much of the food, say. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know.
Scratching your bush.
When we found out who went home, watching the episode, I was just like, I mean, it was kind of predictable.
It was super predictable.
You know, I mean, how he was acting in the episode prior and then the preview especially. Mm-hmm. You know, it was just kind of But then at the same time, though, they do the same thing with Drag Race when they go to commercial break. They always hint at something, but the way they edit it is usually the opposite of what is actually going to happen.
That's true.
So I wasn't sure if they were pulling one of those. So keep us on our toes.
I wasn't like 100% expecting David to go, but I was not surprised at all that he went.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because he's right.
I really liked him.
He's right. He wasn't wrong in anything that he said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He just made the big mistake of going at it about it
the wrong way. Yeah.
He went about it the wrong way. He did the Chrissy. He just kept putting it out there in front of everybody over and over and over. And when you do that, you seem wishy-washy and not trustworthy.
Yeah. Yeah. It's unfortunate.
Bye, boo.
Because, I mean...
Gonna miss those nipples.
I know. Four
nipples. Can you imagine?
So many.
So many to milk.
You can have 4 babies. all latching on.
Meet the parents come back in my head now.
I know. Imagine if I had that many. I mean, Pugsley, he would be nipping.
Oh my God. Pugsley would be so busy.
He would be. There's so many nipples. So yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, we saw it happening. I don't think it was that much of a shake-up shock or anything. It is a little interesting with Joe. And we can get into it a little bit more later, but as far as his relationship with David kind of changed after asking him to do something that was against his morals. Again, even though he was right.
He also kind of insulted him.
Yeah.
By saying he went back on his word. And Joe was like, what are you talking about? I don't do that. And what? Also, what? What word? What are you talking about?
I know.
It was very strange.
Very, very
It's like
strange.
he was trying to throw him off, but it just didn't work out.
But I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, they all have to go home sooner or later. Well, I mean, not all of them.
Not all of them.
And actually, they don't go home. They're on the jury.
Yeah, they don't get to go home.
So scratch everything I said out.
Let's just cut that out.
Let's just cut it. Just cut it.
Embarrassing.
I'm the
Let's
editor,
talk about the shifting sands of the alliances.
Oh, these are the days
These
of
are
our
the days of
lives.
their lives.
And they're sad because they're all getting super skinny.
The once rock-solid majority alliance faced a major crack. We saw former allies turning on each other, leaving some players wondering, what happened?
What happened? What did happen?
What does David's blindside mean for the power alliance that once controlled the game? Do you think the Strong Five is officially over?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think it's over. I think it's over. I mean,
there's not 5 of them anymore.
No. Yeah, I would say it would be Joe, Shaheem, Eva, Kyle, and Camilla. Camilla almost by default.
Well, Camilla's not a strong 5.
She's not.
She's a clip-on.
She is very smart because... So this is... Okay. We're having another Topher corner. So the thing with... I know, we're in segment 2. The thing with Camilla is that she doesn't have to do anything. All she has to do is be in the shadows.
Like Darth Sidious?
Back to the shadows.
She's a Balrog of Morgoth.
And she goes back into the forest. But and Kyle's kind of doing all the work.
It's true.
He's making sure that Camilla is kept safe and yada yada. And she's not even seen in these conversations. It's best that you just leave it to your lawyer. And that's my client, and you will not speak to them. You will only see them if they need to make an appearance in court. So it's just it's interesting. He's putting his neck out there for his partner. I don't even know what she's bringing to the table for this little team up, the secret alliance between the two. Is alliance?
Yeah, it's strange.
2 or more, or 3 or more?
2 or more.
Okay.
I mean, I guess you could be in an alliance with yourself. If you're,
well, no, I was just thinking
else.
If it's only 2 of you, it's just a partnership.
There's been some seasons where they call it voting blocks rather than alliances because that's switched around so much that it wasn't so much alliances rather than people voting together for certain tribals.
I don't like it.
Yeah, it was a new age thing. I hope it seems in this season feels a lot more like before the new age.
Oh,
this one feels
Let's go
good.
back.
It feels better. These people are getting it right this time.
Yeah. Back to the beginning. Sorry, just making sure the audio is going through.
Mary and Star were left out of the vote. How do you think they will react now that they have been betrayed? And can they find a new lifeline?
Well, maybe in each other.
Or Camilla could draw them in with Mitch. And then there's 4 on 4.
Oh, wouldn't that be hilarious? She teams up with Star and and Mary, and then get out Kyle.
Oh no, not my Kyle.
I do not like that man.
Why?
I will get into it. I don't like him.
I think
he's a liar.
I'm in love with him.
Yeah, Mary and Star.
He's a lawyer. Of course, he's a liar.
I know, right? Except for Mark.
Yes, Mark.
Yeah, I don't know. Mary and Star, they kind of fade into the background for me. I don't even know if they, well, at least Star does.
I love Star. I don't know why you don't like her.
Star, I mean, she, like I said, she is a child, and I love that she has that like carefree like wonderment about her. You know, like she just like she's just all, I don't know. It was cute watching Mitch teach her how to swim.
It was a really sweet moment.
That was a sweet moment.
I really love that. I mean, she's not someone who will go to the end and win. If she goes to the end, she'll be that third person who gets no votes.
Yep. She'll be a Sue.
She just doesn't have the game or the what do they call it? I don't know.
She doesn't have the
like moves and stuff.
Yeah.
Resume.
Yeah.
She doesn't have the resume to win.
Yeah. I have a feeling that she is that way even in life.
Yeah.
Like she's not alpha. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's a zeta.
Zeta. That's really far down the alphabet.
It is. I'm sure she's a lovely person. And like I said, like you said, you know, she seems like she has like a bunch of wonderment about her.
Okay. Strengths about Star. She can now swim.
I don't know if I would check mark her and be like, yes, you can swim now. You're a toy. You can't fly. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it was super cute. I like Mitch. He's, you know, I guess
I like Mitch a lot.
Yeah, I didn't feel like either way about him, but he's a lot of little sweet little moments.
Yeah. He'll probably not make it to the end either, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Unless they can weasel their way in and vote out the like main players.
Yeah, I mean, she'll be used as like a pawn or something.
Yeah.
And then get her out. Like, again, she's a little Latrice, you know.
Latrice
Royale. All right, so we had a challenge, and it was mediocre. I'm kind of tired of maybe I'm misremembering from the last 2 seasons I watched. Do they have a whole lot of challenges that were like this, where you're not really going through an obstacle course? It's just brute strength and some luck, and I don't know.
Yeah, this is typical middle of the merge, like kind of boring stand there challenges.
Because they
always have them.
It's been the same people the last, I think there's been like 3 of these.
Yeah.
And I mean, I imagine their muscles, their biceps are probably pretty sore at this point.
It's possible that they do have different options for challenges depending on who's left.
Yeah.
I've never thought about that before, but it's possible. But I mean, that would cost more money, and the whole point of doing it the way they do now is to save money. So maybe that's not true.
Maybe.
But
it's just like Shaheen, Joe.
They'll have more obstacle courses
David,
and stuff coming up.
Yeah. Star was the first
puzzles.
one out.
Yeah. That one I felt like this challenge felt really hard to gauge.
Yeah, I hope they did a practice run before, because it seemed like maybe
they must show them how it works.
Well, Joe was like watching really intently, like,
yeah,
you know, like, how does this thing work? And I think he was trying to find a little, like, find out like where the tension might be, so we can kind of work smarter, not harder, kind of thing. That's what I was thinking when I was watching Joe. Yeah, it was.
David really needed that immunity.
Yeah, he did.
I wonder who would have gone home if he had one.
Yeah. I was kind of thinking that Joe would invite him to the winner's ham cheese sandwich
the
party.
Worst reward challenge they've had, or the worst reward they've had. And then, like, to wrap it up, they're like, he's like peach cobbler, and they're like, woo, and I'm like, who the f- eats peach cobbler? When is
strawberries?
Please let us know in the
chocolate.
comments. When's the last time you had a cobbler? What is this? The 1950s?
No, the only cobbler I had is the cobbler donuts at Dunkin' Donuts, honey. They're so good. So good. I thought it was grape jelly at first, but
our new sponsor, Dunkin' Donuts, cobbler donuts. American
runs on Dunkin'.
Please sponsor us.
I used to work there. I don't know if it's the greatest company to work for or sponsor.
Of course it's not. Any fast food place is not a good sponsor.
Yeah,
so McDonald's, maybe with Diet Cokes. If you can supply us with Diet Cokes, you can sponsor us.
So they had ham and cheese wraps.
It wasn't even sandwiches.
Cobbler. They had Capri Suns and a soda.
Well, I do like Capri Sun.
and strawberries dipped in chocolate. I want none of that. Maybe the soda if they got Diet Coke. But it's most likely Pepsi.
It's most likely full sugar.
Yeah. So,
I mean, I would have
thought,
eaten anything,
gross.
obviously, but it's like,
I know.
it's a very strange reward.
So it was just like another challenge to show off, the muscle boys. I don't blame them. Their ratings, you know what I mean? Like, yes, give us those nipples.
Yes,
all of them.
All of them. Maybe next season get someone with 5 nipples.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta up it.
They have really set themselves up for failure now.
But it was the snooze button for me. So
the snooze fest.
Yeah. So it was very sweet. Again, another Mitchie scene with Joe picking Mitch.
Poor pathetic Mitch.
And apparently Mitch really needed the food.
Yeah, I always love when they
got really teary-eyed, and Joe's like, I know he needs this. I'm gonna give it to him. And I was like, okay, I kind of wish they would have alluded to that somehow during maybe previous episodes, but Mitch has seemed fine. Even sometimes his speech impediment has gotten better. Sometimes.
And then all of a sudden he's like, I'm starving, help me.
My blood sugar's low. So yeah.
I probably wouldn't take him to make him weaker, so he might have to quit. Just kidding. I wouldn't do that.
But I mean, he passed my detector. So
wow, that's really hard to do.
That is, and Kyle did not pass.
What?
Kyle did not pass. Shaheem and Eva, they sound kind of set the stage for those conversations about who to send home, like during tribal council. So.
Oh, Shaheen.
I know.
He's getting crazy too.
So Joe has 2 immunity necklaces under his belt, right?
Yes.
Do I have that correct?
Yes,
okay.
He does. Yes, this was his second one.
So is he painting like a target on his back? I don't think so.
He already has one because he's a big muscle boy.
Yeah, and I think he's well liked. Although, did you watch the sneak peek for next episode?
Yeah, it seems like there's some stuff happening.
They're going for Joe. Next episode. Well, Camilla has already put the word out.
If they're smart, they'll get rid of Joe and Eva. If one of them makes it to the win, one of them is winning. If they both make it to the end, it's going to be between the 2.
Yeah.
Everyone likes them.
I know. Why would you get rid of them?
Like, you have to get rid of them.
But also at the same time, though, I mean, Joe's got some stuff, but Eva, she has an arsenal at her disposal.
I know, she is. Yeah.
She's like, I could do this, I could do that.
Well,
and
Star gave her one, and then she found the other one.
Yeah. And now she even upgraded one of hers, right? Well, we'll get to it.
Yeah, I think we talked about that in a bit.
So, yeah, I don't think Joe's choices for the reward really had an impact on the alliances. I don't think anyone was
at this
hurt
point.
by
I feel like whoever is chosen for rewards doesn't really matter until they get down to like 6, when you got to like pick people to try to see how you're going to get to the end.
Yeah, I don't think
it doesn't really matter.
Kyle, Camilla, Mary, Star, I don't think they went back to camp kind of doing like counter plotting. You know, like, oh, what are we going to do? Let's get them. You didn't feed us,
we didn't get ham and cheese wraps with Capri Suns. Oh, no.
If he said, Topher, come on, I'll be like, no, dude, it's fine.
Pick someone else. That sounds gross.
I'm not going to eat it. And he'd be like, no, I know. It's more for us. I'm like, oh, okay, got you.
I got you, Joe.
I got you.
Now let me touch your muscles.
Yeah. So I want to introduce you guys to a new segment. It's called Topher's Corner. I think Kyle is full of. So Kyle is sitting on the beach talking to Joe, right? It pissed me off because I don't believe it at all.
What?
So Kyle comes off as this guy who he's playing the black card a little bit, where he's like, oh, I got into trouble in my younger days, and like I was put in jail, and I was there. I forgot what he said. Was it like 10 weeks or something?
He was
some garbage.
He was in there a month.
The first number that popped in his head.
He was trying to connect with Joe.
Yeah,
using his life experiences.
No, he was doing it very strategically. He's a lawyer. He's an attorney. He knows what he's doing.
Well, of course he was doing it strategically, but this doesn't mean he was lying about what happened to him.
No, he was in there for 24 hours. He's probably a trust fund baby. I don't believe any of it. So I think he's very smart. So David is acting very chaotic. And so he's coming in as like very humble, very like soulful, very like grounded, like, oh man, I'm just trying to relate to you. And, it's just a crazy, hysterical man, white man. I hope you can see, like my life story and, kind of have pity on me. It's just like, I'm not buying it.
I buy it.
No, it's going to come out.
And then you'll see. I'm going to buy it again.
Yeah, you would. He's an attorney. He's supposed to sell you. So that was the Topher's
just like
corner.
Someone else I know who has a corner.
Yeah, Pizza's in the corner.
Oh,
no, it's still TikTok and it's still jerking off over there. All right. TikTok's on my list right now.
What? Why? What'd they do?
Yeah, I'm not getting into it.
Oh.
The algorithm, it doesn't make any sense.
Well, no crap. It's always changing.
Bum, bum, bum. That is Siri in the background.
She's been doing that all day. I'm about to kill her. Oh, we can't say that on here. Can't use the K word.
It's okay. Quack. Go. I'm using quacks to censor.
Oh, yes, quack. This episode had no shortage of oh my god moments. From secret advantages to fiery confrontations. Like Eva's midnight excursion to snag a new advantage, she took a huge gamble. Mm-hmm. I don't know what happened there with the typing. Gamble bavakakwa. And then on top of that, David openly questioned Kyle and Camilla's closeness, stirring the pot and raising suspicions like a crazy person. So let's break down all these high energy moments.
They're gaslighting him. That's the problem I have with this episode. It should have been called gaslighting.
Gaslighting David.
Yes.
Oh my
it's
God.
awful. Oh, it's because it unplugged. Sorry, God. I just have emotions and I like to share them.
So let's talk about Let's talk about Eva's covert advantage grab. Did sharing the news with her safety without power with her allies help solidify trust, or just to put a bigger target on her back? And now that everyone knows.
Well said, Ricky.
Thank you. And then Shaheen spotted her during her midnight mission. Do you think that'll affect the trust between her and Shaheen? I mean, he kind of already squashed that, but...
Well, she doesn't know that Shaheen woke up and saw her walk off.
That's true.
So if she had kept it a secret, she may lose trust with Joe. Mm-hmm. I love how when Shaheen woke Joe up and was like, hey, she's doing this.
It's creepy.
Yeah, he did. He got real close. But also, David, Joe, he sleeps so weird. He sleeps with his arms crossed.
Well, I think it's just like an out in the wild thing. He's trying to protect himself and stay warm.
Oh, no. You know me. I would have been like...
No, you just wouldn't sleep.
And I'd have like cereal on my hand.
Yeah. Where'd you get that? I don't know.
Found it over there under a rock.
Ambient Topher found it. I don't know. What if they let you have that out there?
I would hope so. I might lose my mind. Ambient Topher might come out from like, he just like took some from like some fat cells within my body, like in the stash. It was, he was being super creepy about it though. Yeah. Like he could have murdered her out there, took her stuff and just like, as he's like covered in blood the next morning. Hey guys, what's going on?
But I don't think that she, that he's lost trust in her though, because she did tell them like immediately the next morning. So
yeah.
I think it's all good. But it's funny because she said she didn't want to let anyone know, and then the next morning she did.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. She's just like, I just can't keep this a secret. I'm just going to tell everyone. But do you blame her for not going a step further and risking it for an idol?
I think the safety without power is way more powerful than the idol.
I guess the only difference is that you can't stay.
Yeah, I guess you could pull off a big move with the idol if you use the correct way. But safety without power guarantees you're there one more night.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would have stopped as soon as I got that anyway.
Yeah.
I think that's the best advantage, honestly.
I think the best move as far as like a television's like perspective, as far as ratings and like shockery, would be if she used that and she excused herself. And then Joe was voted out.
So
and
fun.
then they all go back and she's like, where's Joe? And it's like, oh, he left. I'm like, oh, you know how she would fall to pieces. She would literally turn to sand and just like,
I shouldn't have left. My baby.
she would be crushed.
My dad.
And then when he comes back on the jury, he'd be like, hey, boo, how you doing?
She'd run over and hug him and then Jeff would disqualify her. Get out.
No, Joe just does one of these.
I hate you, Eva.
I hate you. A lot has happened. And one tribal council changed me. Anyways, all right.
Anywho, what about David calling out a possible Kyle Camilla duo? Do you think that was a bold move, or do you think that screwed him over in the end?
He was being too loud about it. You make your point, and then if people listen to you, great.
Yeah.
But and then back off. I think it's the exhaustion. I think it's the food. I think it's the high stakes. The cameras in your face.
He doesn't have milk.
He doesn't have milk. I can totally see that. If I see him in a bar, glass of milk on the house. Glass of milk.
How about you and your nipples? Come over sometime.
Yeah. Oh yeah, kind of like Justin. When you come to New Jersey, you can come over and get a free slice of pizza. Kind of like that. I'd be like, hey.
I know you voted me out, but you better come get a pizza.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like when we have...
He was a creep.
Justin?
Yes.
Yes, he was. He was lump.
Slimy.
I didn't like it. Well,
Sorry,
no,
Justin.
he wasn't. I wouldn't say he's slimy. He's spineless.
It was his hair.
Spineless. He just
His
kind of
hair was
he's a
greasy.
follower. Yeah, it was greasy. And yeah.
And he was sorry.
He doesn't scream winner to me. I'm sorry.
If you see this, I'm so sorry.
Why?
Because I don't like being mean to people.
I'm being real.
That's what makes me so nice.
When people stop being fake and they're getting real.
Ricky's Corner.
Real world. Remember that show?
Oh, of course I do.
Okay.
Actually, I didn't watch it much, but
so it's time.
The tribe has spoken.
For the main event. I'm gonna get some torches.
This is the main event.
And then you know what we should also do? Oh my god, it'd be awesome. Like Hunger Games. Yeah, and it's like Chrissy's face out of fireworks. That'd be so funny. I wonder if it would get flagged though, on the music. But anywho, okay. So for the main event, Tribal Council. You can feel the tension as the tribe gathers around the fire. Jeff wasted no time digging the night's theme of unexpected moves. Truly a welcome to the party, except for David. I think they drag this on a little too long.
This tribal council actually a lot of the tribal councils this season have been very drawn out.
He's trying to dig things out of them, through the conversation, but there's just nothing. You know what I mean?
They just talk in circles.
Kind of like Mary and Say in the first 2 episodes. They just like went back and forth, and I'm like, what are they talking about?
Saying the exact same thing.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just
12 times. Yeah.
Even though they said it 12 times, I still don't understand what they said. They're just like in a loop. But I mean, maybe they have their own little cute little language. I mean, that'd be really cool if they like came out with merch later on, or they did a podcast together, or they have some sort of business venture. Mary and Say.
I don't think Mary ever wants to see her again.
It could be fun. I mean, it's good for interviews and stuff.
Yeah.
We're besties now. We understand one another. So David seemed really confident talking about trust and sticking to a plan. But you could sense the undercurrents of doubt. I think like slowly you can kind of see his face, and especially when they were reading off the votes, and it's like, oh no.
Oh, no.
I mean, I guess you can never really go into tribal council thinking it's going to go in a particular way. Because oftentimes
you shouldn't.
It doesn't.
That's what the nail in the coffin is. That means you didn't try hard enough. If you are too confident, you didn't try hard enough.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of like Stephanie a little bit. Stephanie, she was the first one out. Oh. She was the woohoo girl that was looking at the stars.
Oh, apparently
that's taboo.
Yeah.
In Faye's book.
How dare she look at stars?
I know. Don't judge her. So
we're not out here to enjoy stars.
So they read the votes. I don't remember exactly who voted for who, but David, he's out.
David's
bye.
I think Mary and David voted for...
Was it Shaheen? Shaheen got a vote. I'm pretty sure.
Was it Shaheen?
I think. So I
can't remember now.
Or it might have been the episode before. I know. We should write down.
That was a whole 24 hours ago.
I know. We watched the episodes. We watched them on Thursdays. Next time we'll have to at least take notes on who voted for who. Just...
Yeah. Well, I know Eva, Joe, Shaheen... David got 5 votes, at least.
Yes.
Kyle, Camilla. That's 5.
That's there. 5. That's math.
Well, I know Star and Mary, David did not. So that just leaves...
I think Star...
Someone.
Yeah.
That's awful. I can't remember.
Okay. So... I don't think this was anything crazy. I mean, it was totally like, I don't know. People seem shocked, but maybe there are also simple people out there.
Well, the thing is, he could have made it to the end if he hadn't gotten crazy. Yeah. Like they were on the trajectory to go to the end like they wanted with all the like muscle people. And then he screwed it up by harping on the Camilla thing.
Yeah, he should.
I mean, like you said, he's right, but you don't just keep announcing it everywhere. You quietly get people to vote for them. That's how Survivor works.
You need to read the temperature of the room.
Yeah,
if everyone's in the room is calm and you're freaking out, you're like, you
have to know if it's Fahrenheit or Celsius. Everyone will understand what I mean.
Yeah, he just needs to calm down a little bit. You're a little hysterical.
He needs to calm down.
You better calm down. You better come correct. I've heard
save your drama for Obama.
I mean, I don't think there was any like back and forth or people like, being swayed from one side to the other. I do like when plans have changed and you see like people whispering to one another.
I know that hasn't really happened this season yet.
Yeah, that happened the first season, I believe, that I watched.
That was cool. The last few seasons it's happened a ton in the new age.
Because I think it's usually when there's a revote or whatever. Like
they were just doing it like every tribal a couple of seasons ago.
I'd be so confused.
I was like, oh my God.
We're like, wait, what? What's happening?
I would just sit there and be like, no one's talking to me.
Aww.
And even though I could get up and go talk to people, I'd be like, no one wants to talk to me.
Yeah, you don't want to be an island.
I want to be at home. I didn't even want to sign up for Survivor. That's what I'd be thinking.
Is there not a couch?
I love Survivor, but I don't want to be on it.
And I can't drink out of a Coke, and I need a straw.
It's true. I cannot drink without a straw.
You'll be trying to find like substitute for chapstick and stuff, like berries and stuff.
Oh, excuse me. I'm having some potential spam.
We talked about this last time.
I know. I've been very bad at silencing my cell phone.
No, it's not your fault, dear. It's scammers.
I'm a scammer?
Yes, you are. He scammed me into this relationship.
I did.
Scammed me into marriage.
And now you're trapped forever.
Send help.
That ring has a curse and you can never take it off.
Too much power. So yeah, I mean, no real time whispers happening. And, Eva, she held on to all her advantages and
yeah.
Yeah. And she seems
she
pretty
definitely
confident
did not.
going to vote. I mean, it's smart. I mean, why would she use it? She has no.
Yeah. But she was having some moral dilemmas voting David out.
That's true. That's true.
Because she is a very loyal person.
Mm-hmm.
I am actually surprised that she switched.
I'm
But
surprised.
That shows that she's actually playing Survivor.
I'm surprised. Well, I'm surprised that. So Joe and Eva were on opposite sides of it. Eva was with David. Joe was against David. It's interesting that neither one of them made a comment about caving in to one another as teammates.
True.
So I guess it just shows that like they can be separate people in this game without, complicating things. Like I respect her decision if that's what she wants to do, rather than being like, oh no, I don't know if I can trust her. She's a loose cannon. She's unpredictable. I need to get rid of her. You know what I mean? Like it's just, I'm going to be a little like rational about this. Like she's her own woman. She can do what she wants.
I'll be interested to see if they start to rift after this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think it'll take a little bit more. As soon as...
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, I'm not saying their alliance is going to end, but they might have a little more banter.
Well, if it's so stupid that... I know, sorry. It's so stupid that they would try to go for Joe immediately after this. Because then it gives what David said so much credibility. Do you know what I mean?
But now it doesn't matter because David's not there.
Well, I know, but Joe may turn on Kyle and Camilla, especially if he hears his names being floated around and it's coming out of their mouths.
Watch your mouth.
I just want to add quacks in. Sorry. Quack.
Oh yeah, you want me to say come?
Yes, come. Lots of come. Lots of come. Come for everyone. Look under your chairs. Come.
That's not mayonnaise.
Coming
put
soon
ducks over
to
those actions.
OnlyFans. Cocky. Anyways.
Flock cocky.
Yes. Can be on t-shirts near you. Okay. Where are we?
We're going to talk about the jury.
Okay. The jury. Yes. I know. I'm not really thinking about the jury. I feel
You
like
should.
it's kind of weak. I don't really understand. I guess you want to convince the jury that you're a good player, right?
Yes. You have to do jury management.
It seems a little weak sauce to me. Like I don't
How
really,
else are they going to choose a winner?
I wouldn't, I guess by playing if I'm in the game still, I don't really think I would think, oh, well, how is Cedric going to feel about this?
That's the thing though. You have to think about that.
Yeah. All right.
You have to build up your resume. You have to try to impress them. That's how you win the $1 million. The people who win the $1 million impress the jury. They don't coddle the people that are left.
I guess I just haven't seen enough seasons where I was like, oh my God, like that decision really impacted the jury's decision. You know what I mean?
That's because way back, for some reason, the jury started being super, super mean to the finalists and saying really mean, rude, inappropriate things to them. And I think they shut it down and said they weren't allowed to do that anymore. Because it was getting like really ridiculous. Like with these people being so angry that they were betrayed and stuff. And it was making it not fun to watch the finals. And I think the producers realized that and they like tamed it down.
Interesting.
Now it's much more civil, and I actually like the way they do the jury now, where it's just like more of an open forum rather than going through and letting everyone speak and say their piece.
It would be interesting if they...
I'll show you a clip.
If they like went off somewhere and it was more like a mingle, almost like a reward challenge of food. And they're all kind of just eating food and chatting like about the whole season overall without Jeff being there, less formal, I guess. That would be nice to have.
That would be interesting.
A little bit right before the final.
You're thinking like Love is Blind mingling?
Yes.
Where they go off in different little groups.
And I suppose you could add the other people too.
No.
I mean, it could be like
They're losers.
Married at First Sight, like that big long table and they're all sitting down together and just chatting and, getting all the juicy stuff.
All the juices.
Yeah. But
so let's get into this jury here. The jury's eyes really say a lot at Tribal, and because they can't speak. And this time was no exception. As soon as Jeff announced the vote, we all looked to the jury bench. We all did.
Yeah, they cut their tongues.
Chrissy's jaw was on the floor when David's name came up. She did not see that coming. In fact, she shot a look at the alliance that took her out, maybe a mix of surprise and vindication.
They'll have to cut her tongue out because we did hear her speak. She did.
She whispered under her breath, "Welcome to the party, bitch."
Is that what she said?
She didn't say bitch.
Oh, I was gonna say. I remember like, oh, I didn't see that, or something along those lines. Bitch.
But you can already see that the jury is already starting to think of the finals just from the reactions that they're giving. And sometimes the jury just sits there and isn't really like anything special, but they really were going for it today.
Yeah, they were cutthroat. So yeah, Chrissy, Cedric. Now you have David. Oh, and Say's there, right?
No,
that's
she
right.
Just missed it, so we never have to see her again.
Wow, they should have swapped it where Say was the one that made it to the council, not Cedric. Cedric, he's also very spineless. I don't particularly like him.
Oh yeah, no.
If I had a referral to his doctor's office, I'd be like, no.
He's too wishy-washy. I don't want him cutting me open.
I'll be like, the only other appointment is in Bangor. I'd be like, sure, I'll take it. I'll take it.
As far as
Ricky will drive me.
I will. I'm a driver. Mm-hmm. As far as the jury goes, do you think that blindsiding of an ally can win you points with the jury, or more create like bitter jurors who might see you being like a backstabbery person?
See, I'm still a little like, I know you explained it, but the whole jury thing, it's like, I don't know. I'm sorry. That's a terrible answer, but I don't know.
The one thing about the jury that I've always found kind of weird is they only get to hear what happened during the challenge and during the day at Tribal.
Gotcha.
And then whatever they hear back at Ponderosa.
So that they
all hang out back there.
They don't have a bunch of context.
Right. So I think it's kind of like they have to make a decision on who wins this money just from seeing that and from hearing stuff the voted out other jurors say. And then whatever, the final Tribal.
Because they're not going into detail of what like has been happening with when Jeff wasn't there.
Right.
So, and it's very like filtered. It's a lot of fluffy cloud talk, as I'm going to call it. It's like nothing substantial and it doesn't really give a whole lot of detail, but you kind of like get a feel for like you're reading the temperature again.
I think it would be cool if they brought the jury out to see the challenge.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That gives you a lot of context as to what's going on sometimes.
Yeah, I mean,
to see how people are interacting with each other when they're not just sitting in front of you talking,
It's almost it's like a courtroom jury. I mean, you have to have all the information.
Or even if they did like kind of like you said, if they did at the final like a little mixer.
Yeah.
Like what if they did that every episode?
That would be cool.
After the challenge, there's like
there just couldn't be
a little
food.
mixer. Like, well, the reward people can eat the food.
We have celery sticks and water.
Oh,
that's what we're gonna. Well, they can't have food.
They can't have food. They're trying to lose weight.
Unless they win a challenge, but they can't have food because then you gotta like Shaheem. He's falling apart.
Oh my god, I know.
He had food, so I guess he'll rebound, but he doesn't look good.
Yeah.
And Joe looks like he lost a lot of muscle weight.
At this point they do start getting skinny, but just think of like when they had 39 days when it actually was Survivor still.
Yeah. I I know. I wish the survival part was more in it.
I don't like this, like,
It's all about drama.
this shortened time period, and they're like going to tribal like every day right now. And I'm like, that gives them like no time in between stuff
yeah.
to like, I don't know. It's just not enough time.
You need them to unravel.
Yeah. I mean, before it's every 3 days you go to tribal.
Oh, every 3 days.
Every 3 days.
Oh, that's cool.
And now it's like 1 to 2 days.
See, like on Married at First Sight, they only go to the dinner party at the end of the week. Well, they have episodes every day.
Mm-hmm.
So on Friday is when they have the big dinner party. So I guess they could do it like that, where it's, like 4 episodes or 3 episodes, and then have the big
A catch up.
Yeah. Because I guess it would make more of an impact. Because I mean, the first time they go to tribal council, remember, they're all looking around, like they're just
excited.
Yeah, they're very excited. I think it was Loggy, or most of the people that were in Loggy. I think after the
pretty much everyone when they go in their first time does that.
Yeah. Yeah, especially when they go up to vote, it's like, this is so cool.
Yeah.
I mean, their dream is coming real, They watch the show,
I do like that most of the people that they have on now are like lifelong fans.
Oh, yeah.
Like that seems to be the way they're going. It's picking people who are lifelong fans of the game.
Yep.
Where before, like, you'd have some people who are like, I've never seen an episode. I'm like, why are you on here?
I know. I mean, that happens on Drag Race too. And sometimes it's like the sewing challenges. Do you not at least attempt? Like, I would at least try, or at least I would try to like know the basics.
Yeah, that always bugs me too. Yeah. I'm like, you knew you were coming.
But most of them are like, I'll wing it.
I know.
That's true.
I can use a sewing machine. Yeah. Used it once in 8th grade.
So, all right, where are we? Are there any players?
I think we're on the segment 7.
Okay, all right. All right, so with that tribal on the Spank Bank, the game's strategy map has been redrawn. We're down to 8 castaways. I didn't know they call them castaways. I thought that was interesting.
They do, but they don't call them that often.
I mean, like, so you're pretending that they like were on a ship, and then is that what a castaway is?
They used to actually maroon them.
Maroon them?
Yeah, they would well, they still call the first episode the marooning. Usually.
The marooning.
Yeah. They've done it. They always do it a different way, but my favorite way when they do it is when they're on a big boat and Jeff's like, okay, grab everything you can off the boat, and they throw everything over that they can. One season they even were like throwing chickens over.
What? Chickens? Those poor chickens.
I know. I was like, Jesus.
They're not meant to be in the ocean.
And and then they'd all jump out on the rafts and then they go in. Old Survivor was so much better.
You know what? Chickens' lives matter. They shouldn't be used for research. They shouldn't be used for anything. I
don't want to hear this from you. We all know where you work at. The chicken factory. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I just cut off the heads of chickens all day. How's work, honey? Yeah.
Oh, that's so sad.
I'll wash the blood out of my
That's it. We're going vegan.
So, all right. So the balance of power has shifted, I guess.
I don't know if it's shifted so much as it has leaned in another direction. Because we still have the core 4 who have been voting for together.
True.
And then if you add Camilla in there, she doesn't try to make a little alliance with the others. They're fine.
Yeah. I mean, Eva's still on the top. And she's got a bodyguard, which is great. So we'll see how that plays out. Mm-hmm. I hope that she's going to use one of them to save Joe. I can almost guarantee you at some point in this competition.
They'll use them together.
And it'll be a travesty if they get out Eva and she doesn't use anything.
I know.
I will find her on Facebook or whatever, and I'll be like, what were you thinking?
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
See, if they think they're in trouble, one of them could take the hidden, and one of them could take the safety without power. And so say Eva does the safety without power. She leaves tribal. Joe uses the hidden immunity idol. They're both safe.
Yeah.
Like that would be probably the best way to use them. if they think they're in, if they have any inkling that their alliance might be in trouble or whatever, just save yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or even if they had to steal a vote, that'd be even better.
They don't though.
I know, but maybe Joe will get one. Maybe.
You never know.
So
We haven't done any journeys in a while.
We'll see. Now, Mary.
Mayor Bear.
They don't. So everyone else on the team, I don't think anyone. Yeah, no one in her original tribe is currently there. Everyone's gone, right?
Oh yeah, no. After Cedric, she was the last remaining green team member.
Yeah, they don't know how good Mary is. Mary's good.
Yeah,
she was strategic.
She's good in the challenges.
With Say's head. Yeah, she was good in the challenges. Everyone was against her, and somehow she was able to. She's slippery. She's like a fish.
She's a slithery little snack.
She is, but cute and adorable. Not in like a threatening kind of way.
And her Instagram is super fun.
Oh, is it? I'll check it out.
Yeah,
I like her.
She's a good time girl.
So I hope she gives them a run for their money, and I hope that
that'd be cool if she made it to the end and randomly won.
Well, I just hope that they see like Mary is good. Like she came out of nowhere for us, but we as viewers, we know how good she is. Star, I mean, it's just a matter of time. So what do you think everyone's next move will be?
I think Camilla is going to try to get Star, Mitch, and Mary together.
Mm-hmm.
And then pull over Kyle to try to vote out either Shaheen, Joe, or Eva.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's what's going to happen next time.
It's kind of a no-brainer.
And I think Kyle will go along with it because he pretty much just lets Camilla steer the ship.
Mm-hmm.
But also Shaheen and Camilla have a little bit of an alliance, so it's possible she pulls him in too.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I hope. I want Eva or Joe to win probably, or Shaheen.
Mm-hmm.
I like everyone that's left. So this is one of the rare seasons where I actually like everybody.
Yeah.
That's left. So I don't really super mind who wins at this point, but I do really like Eva. I think it'd be really cool if Eva won.
I think so too. That'd be fun.
I think it would do a lot for just visibility of autism and stuff, especially with everything we're going through right now in the current political climate.
Yeah. Fuck Trump. And
RFK.
She is also a female in a male-dominated sport.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Especially with all the attacks on women too, with all everything that's going on.
Yes,
it would be cool to just see her a young, smart woman.
Mm-hmm.
Just get up there and get it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'd be happy with anyone really.
I would be very unhappy if either Camilla or Kyle.
I would love if Kyle won. He is not a liar. Oh my God, we're fighting.
Okay,
what
Ricky.
An episode!
What an episode!
What episode!
Oh my God.
Welcome to the party. Gave us everything we love about Survivor: Blindside, shifting alliances, and high stakes strategy. Which player impressed us the most this week, and who's on the chopping block heading into next week?
Who could it be?
Probably the person who impressed me the most this week was Eva, because not only did she get that advantage, but she also made a big move by voting out David. She was, she did not make the plan.
Right. Yeah, it didn't sit right with her.
But she did what she had to do to stay with her alliance.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I am impressed when people do that, because it's really hard to go against your feelings.
Yeah, I mean, you're walking a tightrope. You have to make decisions that you want, but also you have to think of the game long term. Well, in the short term now, and not upsetting anyone, because then they'll have feelings against you. And next thing you know, you're up on the chopping block. So, I think she's doing an amazing job.
Yeah.
I agree.
Killing it.
I hope she wins. Either her, Mary, and who else would I really like?
Star.
Mitch would be unexpected, but not not disappointing.
I like Mitch a lot, but I also forget he's on the show sometimes because he's kind of faded into the background.
A little bit.
Maybe he'll pick it up next episode.
I mean,
he was hungry.
His saving grace was that, yes, he was hungry. Just low energy.
He's a thirsty girl.
Yep. He needs to check his blood sugars. I had to give him a little sugar packet on his tongue. But I like how he was helping Star learn how to swim. So
that was a great moment.
It was. But if it wasn't for that, he would have definitely
one of the best moments of the season, probably.
Yeah.
Like human wise, not talking about the game, just like a sweet moment.
Aside from Charity.
Oh, yes. Oh, God, Charity.
You're
Mitch, you're out here. You're living your life. Yep.
You're going to inspire so
just
many
like everyone
people.
else. So what are you most excited to see as the end game comes up here?
I'm excited for Kyle to be called out and for everyone to bear witness all of his sins and his lies and his betrayals. And I bet a bunch of scandalous stuff will come out, probably some Me Too stuff. So stay tuned for that. God. Stay tuned for that. And
Kyle, I love you.
And his terrible haircut.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I am so perturbed.
Well, soak it up, honey. Soak it up.
I'm most
Get
excited
to sop it up and feed the children.
Yeah, I'm done with that. So I'm most excited to see what challenges they do towards the end, because I really hope they have this crazy, giant, elaborate kind of like obstacle course thing, and it's like you got like a center, and then it's like usually like different challenges. They have to go and complete every one.
Oh, okay.
And then they have to bring like a ring or something back to say they completed that area. Mm-hmm. I really hope they do that this season.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's my favorite challenge.
Had any like really hard challenges, like when they have?
It's been a while since they've had a very physically demanding one.
Do you remember that game? At least for me, it was popular in the 90s. It's like a labyrinth, and it's wooden, and it has like these knobs, and it kind of like it'll like turn in different ways, and you're trying to get the marble down into the holes, like at the very and they have it on Survivor. I've seen it where they have to like navigate the ball through, and then it falls through a hole, and they have to like, go get it again. And
yes.
I like those challenges. Those are interesting.
Those ones they're very intense. The one where Eva had a panic attack.
Yeah. Oh, they did have one this season. Okay. Because you really have to, because it's all go, and it's all about speed. But in that one, you have to like slow down. And I think it's very strategic how they place them, like right after a challenge where you have to work hard or be fast.
Right. Because then you're like, pumping, but you got to slow down. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So keeps them on the toes.
Well, y'all, that's all we have for this week's recap.
That's it. Yeah. Betrayals and blind signs of the Survivor 48, episode 9. Welcome to the party.
We can already tell the next episode is going to be just as intense as the Castaways inch closer to that finale.
So stay tuned.
Thank you for joining us for this wild ride.
Yes, please like and subscribe.
We hope you had as much fun as we did. And remember, in the flock, you're never alone. Bye.
Bye.
Get out of my house. Bye-bye.
What we need to do is we need to find a way forward.
Now we got a whole new revolution.
Next time on Survivor.
What's a critical mass? 4v4.
If you don't make a move now, you don't have a shot.
They want to get out, Joe. No one will ever know.
The big people are about to get ate by the piranhas.
So baby, when you ready, hit my line. Tell me what you wanna do. I know you see I'm feeling you. Don't let shit get in the way. I know you gotta play games. So tell me what you wanna do. I know you see I'm feeling you. If I back it up, is it fat enough? When I throw it back.